Hello, hello, and welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Word. And today we're going to be looking at the topic God needs a man or God needs a woman. You know what I mean? And I love the way that this newsletter starts this week, trying to resolve the tensions between the all-powerful, all-knowing, all-sufficient, all-powerful God, um, to be said to be needing a man. And then when you think about it, you're like, no, God doesn't need a man. Of course, God can do everything that he wants to do. But let's check out Psalms 115, verse 16, the TPT version. It says that the heavens belong to God. They are his alone. But he has given us the earth and put us humans, in charge of the earth. And so God respects this this authority that he has given man. And as long as man is here on earth, God will always respect man as the administrator of the earth. I'll also go to the beginning, Genesis 1:26 to 28. I'm going to read this from the ESV. It says, Then God said, Let us make man in our own image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over fish of the sea and over the birds of the heavens and over the livestock and over all the earth and every creeping thing that is on the earth. So God created man in his own image. In his image, he created man. And I like verse 28. And God blessed them and said to them, Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it and have dominion and have dominion over everything. And God respected this so much such that in Genesis 2:19, when he was talking about the fact that Adam came and named everything on earth, God didn't have a conversation with him and said, you know what, Adam, you named this fish. I'd like it to be Fisher or whatever. We don't have any record of that, which means that God respected man's dominion and what man's choices on earth is. Now, that is a good thing and something that we need to be excited about. However, the negative we also have the negative consequences of that dominion, such that when Adam sinned, the Bible says in Romans 5:12 that the whole of humanity was wrapped up in that sin, and the whole of humanity then began to be considered sinner because of that lineage of Adam and the authority that God had given Adam to execute on the earth. But thank God, because God knew if a man had so much authority that could drag the whole of the human race into sin, then he could also send another man to have the authority and drag the whole of the human race out of the bondage of sin. And so he sent Jesus Christ, and he sent Jesus Christ to come and redeem us from that bondage of sin. So in Romans 5:15, it says that the free gift is not like the offense. But if by one man's offense many died, much more the grace of God and the gift by the grace of one man, Jesus Christ, abounds to many. That's Romans 5:15. And so why is this important? Why do we need to know that God needs us, or why do we need to feel the importance of being needed? It's because the Bible says in Matthew 18:18 that he needs man to execute the authority that he has given man on earth. The Bible says that whatsoever man binds on heaven, whatsoever we bound on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatsoever we lose on earth will be loosed in heaven. That means that by our words, by our actions, by our deeds, by the choices that we make, if we choose to declare on this earth what we want, then God respects it. He says, This is what the man that I have given authority wants, and I will back that choice with the angels of heaven. So the Bible says in Ezekiel 22, verse 30, we have a lot of scriptures today. He says that if a man will stand in the gap on behalf of the land, then he will not destroy it. We see this in the case where God, many times we see how men interceded for the land. We saw how Moses interceded for the Israelites when they had built a golden calf and they were going to, and God said, you know what, I'm going to be away with this people. And he said, no, 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 God, do not do this. Remember your promise. And God held back. We remember also with Abraham that he was interceding when God said he was going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And he kept saying until he said, said, what if you find 5 men in the land that were righteous? Would you not destroy the land? I believe that if you had reached one, if you had gone as far as saying, God, if you find one man, maybe Sodom and Gomorrah will not have been destroyed. But we have these instances in the Bible to let us know the authority that we have as men here on earth. And my question to you, my question to myself is, what am I doing with the authority? What are we going to do with the authority? Am I going to just let it lie, or am I going to stand in that authority that has been given to me by God and declare his purpose, his will, his intent here on earth? I hope that we'll do the latter. I hope that we stand in that gap for our land. And there's so much, going on, many things, and many of us just sit down and we talk and about it. But we can do a little bit more than talk and discuss and elaborate on it. We can declare what we want because we have authority on earth, and we, like God's hands and feet, can bring his purpose to bear on earth. So have a fantastic week of declaring God's purpose. And you know what? Whatever we declare on earth is declared in heaven. So enjoy your authority. Have a fantastic week.